Hello out there. We're on the air. It's curling night tonight as rocks are in play. We're getting underway with our nightcap. Competition between Team Mewers, comprised of members from Orange County, Wine Country, and Oval Curling of Utah, taking on Team Feldman, one of the top teams in the region, playing out of Wine Country. That first draw goes into the house, and it looks like Feldman's going to make a play on it. Got a 9-5 hog-to-hog split time. It's enough to spill that blue. And the shooter rolls to the wings at about 3:30, treating the curling rings as a clock dial.
Yeah, I was just saying, a lot warmer than what we have in Minnesota. Well, I think they're warm like this again.
So Mewers has the broom down for her first. Or her lead player. And that was Anne Bonachet. And looks like the hit is made. This is our feature game. On sheet B, we have a contest between Team Barbary taking on Team Aces. We will keep you updated on that game as it progresses. And I will also be posting scores to bonspieler.com because I volunteered. So there are 6 teams in this field. Given the size of the field, we're able to play a full round robin. And thus we are. Full round robin continuing tonight and all day tomorrow. Depending on the outcome of any one of 21 possible scenarios, we have Championship Sunday reserved for up to 2 final games. As Tessa Brocky delivers. Looks like we're in a hitting game right now to start, but this needs to curl, and it's not going to get there. So now Feldman has an opportunity. Looks like they want to kind of go to the center. Some teams may want to split the house even more, as this looks to be Melissa McGuire. So this is a contest between, like I said, one of the top teams in the region, Team Feldman, and a team in Team Mewers that is seeking to reach the top with players coming from 3 different clubs. This is the first year that USA Curling has allowed such a composite team at the arena level. Previously, the event was limited to clubs and club teams. And this year they've opened it up to allow members to be from different teams within the region. So Feldman Stone, I thought they would have wanted it in the house. This one's going to go a little heavy through the house. Excuse me. This is McGuire's second. So again, I just want to express my appreciation for being able to have this event here at Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. It is a two-sheet club. It did pose some logistical concerns about trying to get both the men's and women's events. The MoPac, our region solution, was to hold the men's and women's events over 2 separate weekends. This weekend is for the women. The men's weekend will be in mid-August. As we see Kira Manayan get sets, kind of resetting her position in the hat with her very unique way of getting aligned to the targets. I think looking to draw around, perhaps. Actually, this looks to be more of a hit in a roll. So it does hit, but the shooter is going to roll through the house, and the struck redstone actually stays in the house. So this could be perhaps some trouble brewing for Team Mewers early in this game. As Feldman is sitting 2, maybe 3. As Leanne Shearing delivers her first rock. Katie is coming out to help. Looks like it's going to carry a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to touch paint. And it will end up actually in the house and shot stone. So I think there is a hit and roll into the pile if Manayan wanted to take it on. Looks like a pretty smooth release. Going to hit, and is it going to roll? It does, it rolls. That's a double. That's a beautiful shot. Let's take a look at the replay brought to you by doubletakeout.com. Going to hit, and is it going to roll? It does, it rolls. That's a double. Really nice shot as Leanne's second stone comes down the way. Looking to make a hit on that blue Mewers rock. Looks like it's going to be close and gets the job done. Feldman sitting 1, maybe 2. And we are to skip stones already in this first end. These games are being timed. Each team has 30 minutes of what we call thinking time. It starts when the other team's turn finishes, and it stops when the team delivers the stone past the delivery tee line. So not this side of the ice, but the side where the delivering player is coming from. It looks like they've dialed up a draw. This is the first coming from Queen of Mewers. Sweepers are really pounding that ice. Where is it going to end up? It's going to be a little light as Kira comes out to help. They're trying to get into the house to be shot, and I think they got it, but let's see what the situation is as Feldman came out to take a look. I think it's shots. Regardless, Feldman's going to make a play on it. There is a chance for a jam. And I tried to time the rock, but I got a totally wrong time. So there we go. We'll figure it out. We're a team. You and the people watching on YouTube. I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. As Katie Feldman gets set in the hatch for her first. Jacked it off. That's how you know this is serious. Looking for a hit. Looks really close. Supers are called off. Going to hit. And that shooter will roll to the guard area on top of the house. So Feldman is sitting 1 or 2. I don't think 3. But it's really hard to tell. It's possible they're looking to maybe just double those stones out, maybe get lucky on the side, potentially give up 2. I don't think that's the play, though. They're looking at drawing, which has its own risks. But if they're able to get around that guard, or that top, it is a guard, the stone that's just to the left of queen up.
So we're drawing, or we're so we're either drawing or we're gonna hit both of those. Should I ask her about it? Well, I asked her about it.
So there's some pressure for Queen of Mewers here with her last in the first end. Listening draw waits. This looks pretty close. I think it needs to curl a little bit more. I got 13-4, so this could also be a little on the heavy side. Was a smidge heavy. Ends up in the back 8 foot. It is shot rock. It is accessible though for Feldman. And could bring those reds on the very edge of the house into play. So I think they're just going to make a hit on that blue, make that blue go away, and score 2, maybe 3 or more. I just will have to see what might be in the rings and what's outside the rings. Here it is, last shots here in the first end. Looking to pluck out that blue. Hopefully stick around. The shot is really good for a hit and stick.
So red is minus 46. No, red is.
So it does get rid of the blue. The rest sticks around. So calling 2. I didn't see what they held up, but we're going to see a number shortly. And they're going to slide it up to 4. That's a big start there for Feldman. Mewers has a chance to respond in just a moment when we return to the 2024 MoPac Mixed Playdowns. And this event is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. DoubleTakeout.com is a curling aficionado's dream website throughout the competitive curling season. Proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the website with statistics and information and insights about the top curling teams from around the world. You can visit it today at DoubleTakeout.com. we're about to get underway here in the second end as lead Amy Putnam delivers the first rock. Feldman's looking to bring it into the house. Really kind of aggressively set up the start of the end. He's hoping for it to be at the top of the house. It's going to end up in the back. And Mewers is going to ignore it for now. Looks like a quick number on sheet B as well, as we see the first stone coming from Anne Benache. Her regional Playdown national event experience includes playing at the 2023 World Curling Federation's Pan-Continental Curling Championships in the women's B division for Curling Philippines. And this rock is going to be just above the tee line. And I'm trying to see the score on sheet B. I might yell at someone in just a moment. It's a score of 3. I didn't have to yell. It's so nice. Thank you very much. So I'm going to update Bonspieler right now. As I talk about this game, it's multitasking. But not really. I'm focused on one task. So I'm updating Bonspieler right now. Looking at the scores right now, on sheets A, our featured game, Feldman was able to convert the hammer with a 4 spot to take a 4-0 lead after 1. And on sheet B, Team Aces was able to do much the same, scoring to 3 spots to take a 3-0 lead over Team Barbary. Again, I am updating scores when I can at bonspieler.com. It's like your favoriteest website, but about curling line scores. So, bonspieler.com. Next, a bit of a bobble there from Anne. Looks like she may have pushed it. And it looks like it's going to go out of play. They stopped it. So a bit unlucky there. As we see Melissa McGuire deliver her first rock. Looking for a center stone in the top of the house. But it looks like Feldman is going out to help. So they're hoping it would be in the house. And it will reach the... I almost said the top of the house. It will reach very close to the top of the house. It's a tight guard. Or I would say it's toit. Because that's what the kids are saying, right? Toit. Okay. This is Tessa Brocky's first rock, looking to move some granite. Calling hard for line. Needs to get around that center guard. It just whips off it, but there's a possible plan B there. As it rolls on top of the red on the left. It's good for third shot. So Feldman wants to try that draw to the top 8 foot again. As we see McGuire get set out of the hack. This one looks to have a little bit more speed, as Feldman's able to stay in the house to call the action. Fun curling facts. The curling rules require that someone stay in the house or in the playing area at the start of the shot. But once the stone is released, that person can come up and help with the stone sweeping or what have you. So it's in the rule books. knowledge is power. So that shot stone is pretty exposed. So the chance for Feldman to cover it up was not there. So Brocky is now going to, I think, make a play on that. Looks like a good release. They said it was a little tight. And it looks like the weight was hacked to board. So they said it was tight, but the line looks really good. It's going to hit the red. The shooter's going to roll back to the full 8 foot. As we see Vice Leanne Shearing deliver her first. Calling hard, you can really see it dive, but I think it's going to make contact. It does, and that blue shot stone is gone, and red is shot, sitting 2. So I haven't mentioned this yet, but the winner of this event does get to go to Arena Nationals. There's a pretty tasty prize at the end of this. They've announced tasty prize for winning the event. A golden ticket to Arena Nationals. And I believe they've already set it for Wisconsin. And I think it's going to be in early October. I don't quote me on that. As we see Kira Manayan throw her first. And MoPac as a region has done fairly well at Arena Nationals. Both when it was a kind of select your club to go, when they would maybe draw names out of hats to set the pool, and this current format where we have regional playdowns. We have a decent amount of interest from our arena clubs, and we definitely appreciate players and curlers from these arena clubs really stepping up to test their mettle against other teams. So this is Leanne's second stone. I think just looking to close that door again. Looks like it's curling up pretty nicely. The line's more important than how deep it goes, but it's going to go a decent amount deep. And settles in right in front of that red shot rock. So looking at their options, I think they want to maybe open up the. They want to open up the pass to the shot stone. I think based on where Kira has the handle, they want to hit the red, maybe run the red back and have a possible double. It's not going to curl back that much. The blue is moving, and one blue goes to the back of the house, actually the back line. Leanne says it's out of play, kicks it, and the one of the blues rolls to be second shot, very close to being shot. But if that blue were ever to go away, Feldman would be able to steal a mittenful. which is a technical term. So Katie Feldman started curling in 2014 and has twice won bronze at Arena Nationals. She loves doubles curling, including the 2019 MoPac champion. She also loves Taylor Swift, going to and hosting Bonspiels, cuddling her menagerie of cats and dogs named Sheldon, Penny, Leonard, and Cooper. And she also really likes people named Brian.
Unless we're playing doubles. Then less so.
So Feldman's first shot's away. They don't have hammer at this end. And it looks like it's going to go through that port, out of play. And so now Mewers has some opportunity. I don't think they can draw the port to move that red back. I think they're looking at maybe hitting the red that on top, kind of where Kira has the broom. This is a potentially a risky shot. If they hit it on the wrong side, they could risk running that red back onto the blue, and that blue goes away, and like the end is pretty lost. So I think they might want to try the double, as Tweena pushes out from the hack. Keeping a very close eye on the line. Maybe needs to move another inch. Down Tessa jumps on it. Gets one of the reds moving. But the red I think they hit actually rolls to the back forefoot and is fairly solidly shot.
There are situations that, and I think it came up like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I think you can't agree, or there's like some rules violation that they can't come to a resolution on. Then they replay it. There are some weird ties. I think it's high as just a blank, where it's like you can't score a point on a rock.
So Feldman is up 4-0. And I think they're looking for a way to maybe just kind of lock down the front of the house. Like Macaulay Culkin's character in the movie Home Alone. Because that character did a lot to protect one's house. I never saw the movie. I sort of know what it's about. So the broom's down. I think they want to draw and guard the front of the house, draw that path to where that red is. And let's time it and see how much it curls. She's looking for about 3 feet of curl. As sweepers escort the rock down the ice. This is curling a bunch. Got 16 seconds, 16.6. And it looks like it curled about 4.5 feet. It might be enough. kind of curious about what the risks are for Team Mewers. When you look at it from this over-the-shoulder shot, it does look like there's a port there. It's a very narrow port. And also if they attacked it from the other turn, because they know how much it's curling, and that red on the left is closer, so you can maybe kind of have a little bit more curl to get across the face of the red. I don't know if that shot's there, that I'm speculating. So they're looking at the different angles there. Quina apparently is okay with the shot as she makes her way down the ice. Tara has the broom down, looking for a missile to launch that red out of the house. Hopefully having that blue shooter stick around. A very key shot here for Team Mewers. That shot wasn't going to work. I apologize. So, this is close. Is it going to be past the guard? It's past the guard. Is it past the... Oh, so close. It crashes on that red that was on top of the house. It's a steal of 1 for Team Feldman. Mewers carries the hammer to the third end. And we're going to be back in just a moment when action continues at the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Welcome back to the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns. Just as a quick FYI, we are playing 8 end games, although teams can choose to resign early if they do feel like the outcome is out of hand. And also games end when teams are mathematically eliminated, which does happen every once in a while. Looks like sheet B, they finished the second end with Team Aces stealing a single point to take a 4-0 lead over Team Barbary. Again, you can catch all the scores at bondspieler.com. It's like match.com, but for curling scores. And less weird. Rocket coming down the way from Anne. Anne is an active member of Curling Philippines. Her home club is the One Country Curling Club. And this got a laugh last time, but away from the ice, Anne enjoys food, sunsets, the ocean breeze, and something not popular to most, airport terminals. We see Amy Putnam's second stone. She started curling 2 years ago in August 2022 after her husband bought her curling shoes. That was in response to Amy's quote, "I'm really glad you like curling, but we never see each other anymore," comment. When Amy isn't curling, she is saving lives and curing cancer or spending time with her 2 small humans, which does not include her husband. Her husband's a tall fella. So with 2 Feldman stones in the house, it looks like Team Mewers is going to take it on. Trying to find the best angle or the best line for a double. And then there is a blue in the back 12 foot, just about 8 o'clock. There's some heat coming there from Ann. Gonna get 1. Is there 2 there? Just the 1? Oh, and it jams in the back. But it was enough to get that blue out of play, and the red also rolled out of the house. So not quite a double takeout, but does open things up. Empty the house, as it were. Feldman quickly had the broom down for Melissa McGuire. She started curling in 2018. She has 2 bronze medals from Arena Nationals. But what she really wants is a gold medal. So watch out. Have a center guard, but that shot stone is open. Looking for a board or bumper weight for Tessa Brocky. Tessa curls out of the Oval Curling Club in Utah. She has 4 years of curling experience. And I definitely appreciated her joining on the broadcast of the last draw. And that one over curled and turned out to be a miss. So Feldman has the broom down again for Melissa. She's a lefty. Sweepers are just walking down the ice. This looks a little heavy, and Queen is going to try to escort it from the house. And she does. So just like those robbers from Home Alone, they were taken out of the house. I really have never seen that movie. I do know that Home Alone 2 had a cameo from a certain businessman. And I saw the cameo, and I was not impressed at the duration of the scene. And probably that's all I should say about it. As Tessa gets set for her second throw here. This line looks better. I think they're hoping for maybe a little roll, but it's just going to hit it right on the nose and stick. So now that blue is open, and Feldman is looking to trade hits as Leanne Shearing gets set in the hack. Leanne loves curling, golf, skating, and misrepresenting how cold it is in northern Bonspiel locations in January. Which makes sense, because if you're using the Celsius system, we can really exaggerate how cold it is. So Leanne does the job, gets rid of that blue, and is now Feldman sitting shot stone in a very open house. Looking for back line. Again to kind of make a hit. I'm thinking they're still hoping for a roll. As Kira delivers her first. Some of her curling accomplishments include the 2023 Reindeer Games mini spiel at Orange County. She played the skip while throwing lead and was the tournament champion. And does hit that red out of play. So in addition to timing these games, each team does get a timeout. They get a little extra time because there are some coaches in the field, and we've extended the timeout for everyone so the coaches have enough time to get it out to the ice. And then also there's going to be a 5-minute break coming up at the fourth end. It's our halftime show, and today's halftime show is going to be a boat parade on Lake Tahoe. And so you really have to be here to see it because it will not be webcast. They're using some very copyrighted music. We can't play it. So midnight light parade on Lake Tahoe, our halftime show coming up at the fourth end break. Looking to I think hit the red that's on the right side there. Or I think there may be just a red closer to where Mewers is. Actually, no, they're drawing around, but it's coming up light. So it looks like Feldman wants to draw around. Sit a second stone buried. Feldman makes her way down the ice as Leanne has the broom down for her skip. And again, looking for a draw. Let's see if we can get a really good split timing between the hog lines. I think they wouldn't mind if it goes deep, as long as it's buried. Looks like it's curling up okay. Let's see if it gets around that. 13-4. It kisses, it wicks off of that blue guard and rolls to the back of the house. So they pretty much got what they wanted. Just like Avril Lavigne at the end of most of her songs. I do enjoy these broadcasts, but I guess I have to note that doing 4 games in a day is a lot. So it looks like Mewers is going to follow Feldman down. Hopefully sit right in front of that Feldman shot rock. And let's see if her time is on track. Calling sweep for line. So it makes contact. It's red on the outside. The shooter rolls to the wing and is a second shot. But that red that Katie just threw remains the shot stone. So it looks like Feldman's going to do the good offense is the best defense and sink another stone, hopefully this time at the top of the house. I got a 10-9, by the way, for Mewers' first, which I guess was the goal for that type of hit. Katie's first stone, I got 13-4, but it probably would have gone through the house if it didn't wick off of that blue off of the top. With the gear action effect that we're all familiar with. This is Katie Feldman's last here in the third. I didn't time it. Looking for something high, a guard's fine. This is going a little deep. And it does create a bit of a pocket for Queena to take on if she wanted to. But it looks like they're going for a draw. If they took on the double, they could possibly score two. But perhaps the concern is that if they hit that left red at the right side, or on the left side, the correct side, the shooter would maybe roll out. So I think looking at a draw here. This is Queen of Mewers with a hammer here in the third end. This is kind of hanging out. Got about 13-5, so it's a bit on the heavy side again. And it is going to go through the house, out of play. And that does appear to be a steal of 2 for Team Feldman, who is cooking here in this late draw on a Friday night in State Line, Nevada. Looking at sheet B, looks like Team Barbary was able to put up a single in the third to get on the board. And so on sheet B, it is Team Aces up 4-1 over Team Barbary. And then again on our feature sheets, it does appear that Feldman stole 2, and they are taking a 7-0 lead over Team Mewers. I'm going to hydrate, and I'll be right back when our coverage continues for the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. And we're back. As lead for Feldman, Amy Putnam threw in the house again, kind of continuing that aggressive strategy from Feldman. Really kind of challenging Mewers to either respond with a hit in the house or to ignore it and kind of follow their own strategy. And it does appear that Mewers is going to ignore it for now, going to put up a corner guard, I believe. So they said it's not going to be in the house. It's going to be a corner guard. I've been mentioning on the broadcast that we do have the 5-rock rule for the free guard zone, affecting the first 5 rocks of an end. In addition to that, we have the no-tick rule for this competition, where any guard placed on the center line cannot be dislodged by the opposing team for the first 5 rocks of the end. If the rock is moved off the center line, the original stone is replaced and the offending rock is removed from play. So Feldman's now sitting 2, and Mewers is still looking at maybe trying to continue the strategy of putting rocks to the wings to build some offense. But they went for a plan B, I think, looking to hit the shot stone that's on the top 4 foot. This is pretty close. It's going to get 1. This one, the shooter rolls to the right wing as Melissa McGuire delivers her first. She likes a good Putnam old-fashioned and wine, preferably red, but will drink white in the summer, which it's summer right now. I think Will made contact with the blue. Oh, there's no blue there. Just settles in the top of the 4 foot. Sounds like they called for control, looking for a possibly very thin double from Tessa Brocky. So I think Queena maybe indicated that the shot's wide. I think they're trying to coach it over, but it's not. Oh, it does make contact with 1, and they're able to push it to the outer edge of the 12-foot ring. I think it's 3rd shot. It's to the side of the sheet where the overhead camera doesn't see it. So Feldman is just kind of keeping play in the center of the house, asking Melissa McGuire. Oh, I take that back. Feldman asked for a takeout on the blue on the right here. And calling hard sweep to hold the line. And it should be enough. And it just barely is. So now Feldman is sitting 2. And Mewers is looking to just draw around that corner guard that was put up at the very start of the end. Got about 13.55, so it seems to be a little up weight, just kind of based on what I've been timing. And that is going to be through the house. I think earlier we timed about 14.3 for T line. The ice may have slowed down a little bit as it got a little hotter outside. It actually got colder in the ice house. Or at least that's how it feels, you know. Sometimes how things feel don't necessarily correspond with the actual facts of this situation. And again, just looking to put another red in the top house, maybe biting the 4 foot. Supposed to be close. a pretty excellent shot there. The thin double is still there. I think they're choosing to take it on. But Mewers indicated maybe rolling under the corner guard. Let's see what happens with this one. There's lots of weight on that. It's going to get one, and it will roll under the corner guard. So that was what yours had asked for, and that is what Kira delivered. So it looks like Feldman wants Vice Leanne Shearing to draw and I think outcount that blue on the wing there. This looks a little up weight though. Sweepers are not laying a broom on it. Starting to slow now. Mewers is going to see how far they can get it to go. And it will settle in the back 12 foot. It does appear to outcount that blue by a sliver, which is a scientific unit of measurement. So it looks like Mewers is ignoring the shot stone, kind of hoping to put some of their stones on the edges, and then pick out that red shot stone later to score multiple points. Looks at some good weight. I do think the curl may be an issue. Supers are trying to hold line. I think it's gone. I was a 10-7. Oh, it just barely wicks off with that red in the back. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in for the last of our 4 games today. As I've been saying throughout the day, we have a full weekend on tap, including a quadruple header tomorrow, as the action starts at 8:55 as Team Malia takes on Team Mewers, and Team Barbary faces Team Tucker. And then we have subsequent games at 12:25, 4:25, and 7:55. And that would conclude our round robin, where every team plays the 5 other teams. And then we'll see who will advance to the playoffs. Feldman went down the ice, saw something she didn't necessarily like, and is coming back down to maybe talk about it more with Leanne. Looks like maybe a possible room position to get the effect that they wanted. This is the first of skip stones. Each team gets 2. And then you can see in the background there's a clock. And Feldman seems to have a lot of time for playing the next 4 ends plus 2 stones. As I mentioned at the start, each team has 30 minutes of thinking time. So when you're halfway through the game, if you have more than 15 minutes, you're pretty much on target. Although you might want to have some additional time for the more complicated shots later in the game. So, decision made. Feldman has the broom down, or Leanne does, for her skip. Feldman takes a breath, gets set, and her shot is away. Looking for a draw. I think they either want to cover the shot stone or put another one in the top of the house. It's, I think, over curling to be a guard necessarily, although it's pretty good for a guard. That was 14-4. So timing wise, I think obviously T-Wait's got to be somewhere in between 13-5 and 14-4. You do the math. I'm not paid to do math. Actually, this is a volunteer event, so I'm volunteering. I guess I'll volunteer to do the math. I would guess it's somewhere in between. I would guess maybe 14-1 might be T-line weight now.
Sorry, I just ran into his camera.
Our camera's okay, but thank you for noting that. So I think looking to curl around that guard that was just put up and hits the red out of the way. Maybe hoping to clip the red on the back, but this is over curling. Might be looking for a plan B. There's no plan B. So this is a possible steal at 2. It would be, but each team has one more stone. I was told I'm not being paid to do math, but I should be able to count. Looks like sheet B is on their 4th end break. No score is posted. So each team has one more stone on her feature sheet. So there's a potential for Mewers to tap that blue back. And I think that's kind of potentially what Feldman was looking at. But I think they're looking to draw around, maybe to sit 3. Looks like they're maybe changing the shots. Looking to maybe just make that blue go away. Or maybe that was a plan B. Leanne kept the broom, I think, pretty close to where it was originally. And it's set up for a draw. So it's interesting to watch people's deliveries and their setups, because it's good to have a routine, but you don't want it to become a ritual. And I haven't seen anyone do that at the events I've been at in terms of turning their setup into a ritual. That's a little heavy. I got 13-4, so maybe I need a new stopwatch. So that does offer Mewers a path to draw down to, and that is what they've set up. Looking for same line, same weights, just for a single. The thing about the stopwatch is that it's a tool like anything else. and you don't necessarily want to become over-reliant on a stopwatch. Set line only. This looks a little up. Needs to make sure it gets around that guard, or plan B, hit the guard and raise the guard. So that's plan B now. They're raising the guard. Is it going to be enough? It's enough to cut Feldman down to 2. So they are on their 5th end. Oh, they've opted to shake hands. So just a unfortunate night for Team Mewers, not able to get anything going. I sympathize with them because sometimes it's just not your night, and there's a lot more games remaining. They have 2 more games remaining. I believe they have a 1-2 record, I believe. So they do, I think, need to have a strong tomorrow. And we'll see how it goes. But for now, this game will conclude with Team Feldman winning 9-0. Since we're at the halfway point, I'm going to move the cameras and do some bonus coverage. So bear with me while I do that. I'll be back momentarily. Please stick around. Okay, welcome back to our expanded coverage. With the feature game concluding early, we've shifted our cameras literally over to the neighboring sheets. I tried to get some of the cameras set up. Some of them are not quite perfect, but I hope it's good enough. As we see the one of the skip stones coming from Asus. That'd be Jennifer Asus playing with the red rocks. They have the hammer here in the fifth end. Just to kind of let you know about the game story. Is this the end of the end? No. Both teams have one rock remaining. So looking at the line score, which is also available on Bondspieler, this is a tale of threes here. As you can see, the skip make her way down the ice. That would be Skip Barbary from Wine Country. You can see in the background, Aces opened with a 3 and stole the 4th with a single. Barbara was forced to a single in the 3rd, but was able to score a 3 to steal 3 at the 4th to tie things up. And that's where we're at here near the end of the 5th end. As Eileen Barbary gets sets. I think
That's a dumb question.
drawing around, it looks like maybe Aces is sitting shot in the back 8 foot. This looks a little up weight, and it does not sit down, and it's going to go to the back of the house. Hanging on, but not really a factor in the setup.
That's right. I don't have to worry about it. I was thinking you're there.
So I mentioned before that teams have had a lot of time, and in this case, it's the 5th end. There's potentially 3 more ends, and so both teams are really kind of on the cusp.
I guess they were open at 6:30.
As Jennifer Ace is about to throw her last stone here in the 5th end, I think looking to potentially draw for a second point. And this is my first look at sheet B. We anticipate being on sheet B at least once or twice more. This rock is a smidge heavy. Let's see where it's going to sit down. It sits down, and it looks like it's going to be enough for that second point. They do take a look around the rings. And they're kicking stones, so I think that's the end of the end. Well, I know it's the end of the end, but we'll see what they put up. I'm going to take a hydration break. I'll be right back when we return to our bonus coverage from the evening draw of the 2024 MoPac Women's Mixed Playdowns. And we are back. As the scoreboard indicates, Aces was able to score 2 there with the hammer. And so they are able to take a 6-4 lead. But Barbary has a hammer here in the 6th, and then more importantly on even ends. So they, with the remaining 3 ends, they have 2 hammers. 2 Aces is 1. So Aces put another red rock into the rings. And it looks like Barbary wants to take it on, as we see the net stone coming from the lead, I believe, for Team Barbary. That would be Ashley Spalding. Does get those reds moving. Oh my gosh. Thanks to Christopher on the chat. I was going off of the scoreboard, and it's actually oh, I wrote the wrong team down. I apologize. Multitasking may not be working for me. It's Barbary, not Malia. I apologize for the technical goof. I will have words with the person who did that. But thank you so much in the YouTube chat. I'm glad I checked. And let's see here. Want to make sure it reflects that correctly. So Aces is sitting 1 open, and Barbary wants to take it on as Sonia gets set. Sonia Montero. Throwing some up weight. She is the former president of our region, the Mountain Pacific Curling Association, or MoPac. This looks like it's over curling. Oh, it kind of turned sideways there. Kind of a sidearm there from Montero. So it looks like Aces wants to draw around those center guards. And this is from Kathleen Alsmeyer. Looking for a draw around those center guards. I think the line's more important than where it ended up in the house, but kind of in that no man's land. There is a potential double for Sonia to take on. I think some of the release from Sonia is interesting. This one is hanging out wide, but hopefully it'll come back and make contact with the red shot stone. It does. The shooter's going to roll out of play. And Team Aces is a 5-woman squad. So this is our first look on video of the tournament of Melissa Wheeler, I believe. Throwing third. She's been curling for 9 years. And it sounds like I was talking to one of the team members of Aces earlier tonight, and she was noting that they kind of determined in advance which lineup would be in play. And that seems like a good way to kind of keep things fair and equitable. At least people know when they'll be on the ice. And when they're not on the ice, they're doing other things for the team. I saw them kind of watching the game, taking notes, documenting their shots. And this is the first stone coming from Barbry's third. That would be Bilbray. And that would be Chris Bilbray. And that looks like a positive outcome because now Barbary is sitting 2 on the wings. And it looks like Aces is going to take that on with Melissa Wheeler's last ruck here in the 6th end. Calling hold. The sweepers were on early. Now they're just staying with it. Looks like a control weights. Going to get one of the blues out of play. Unlocks the other blue and kicks it towards the 8-foot at about 9 o'clock. Using that curling stone clock dial. This is Bilbray's second. And this is just a draw. I think they were also trying to get around cover. But it's going to end up being shot in the back 4-foot. So Aces is looking over the situation. They could park on top of the blue. This is, I think, what Jennifer's looking at. So this is an interesting matchup because Jennifer Aces is the new president of MoPac. So this is the one game where you have the old president playing the new president. Just a fun coincidence, as I think both women are definitely, I think, strong leaders of our region, and definitely, like I said in the first game that I saw Sonia today, I definitely appreciated all of the work that she did, and it looks like Jennifer is definitely going to be very similar in terms of the enthusiasm and energy. So throwing some output, I think just looking to make that one of those blues go away. Looks pretty close. And I hear a noise. That blue is gone. And so here we are. This is the first of 2 skip stones for Eileen Barbary. So Eileen's getting set in the hack. She's participated in One Country Curling Club's Crush at Bondsville every year that she's been curling. A few MoPac 500s and travels to as many Bondsvilles as she can. This weight looks good, but it needs to curl I don't think it's going to get back, and it does not. So now aces can punch out that other blue and really force Barbary to a single point here in the sixth end. However, I think they're looking to maybe steal, just based on where the vice, Jacqueline Pitlars, has the broom. Looks like they're trying to maybe put up a guard. This is Jennifer Aces' last of the sixth end without the hammer. Looking for a guard. I think if they were second shot, that wouldn't be too bad either. It's kind of hanging out there. I got 13-4, hog to hog. This could end up in not a great position for aces. But there's a potential double there. It's not a gimme. But I think Barbary wants to take it on and maybe stay level with aces. If they're able to do that, they would, I think, be in a strong position to take the game over the next two ends after this sixth end. So Barbary is back to the hatch, looking to move some granite. Just kind of hits the those reds right in the middle, like right in that pocket that was created with aces' last throw. They're calling their timeout, so they're coming back down to think about it. I wonder if they think the shot's not there. They are pretty tight on time as they make their way down the ice. Bill Bray is encouraging to hurry. They have once. I think they have 90 seconds. I think it's just a matter of putting the broom in the right position. So I said they're tight on time, and they are. But after this rock is thrown, they would have about just over 9 minutes, which is still not a trouble or danger zone, as it were. So the broom's down. Barbary has returned to the hat. Again, looking to punch those reds out and score two. Last shot here in the sixth. Pretty good release. Let's see where it ends up. Yeah, it needs to do the inside, as the warm room's talking about. It's not going to get there. It's just going to punch out one, which helps reduce the steal. But it is a steal of one for Team Aces. Oh goodness, I'm behind on the scoring. It's a 7-4, Aces over Barbary. And I'm going to go update Bonspieler, and I'll be right back when we return to the 2024 MoPac Women's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. first stone coming from lead and vice Jacqueline Pitlars. Aces is holding a 7-4 advantage over Team Barbary. And it looks like a tight guard is in the offing for Team Aces. It looks like Barbary wants to put up a guard of her own on the other side. And this is going to be from lead. Cat. No, my bad. This to be lead Ashley Spalding. And that rod is being taken out of play. It looks like it hogged. So Jacqueline is about to throw her second stone, looking at where to put the broom. In her bio, she notes that her favorite Bonspiel experience was the 2023 North Hill Curling Club cross-border Bonspiel. That's up in Alberta, I think just outside of Calgary. And then she is also the teammate most likely to book an Airbnb 6 months in advance. So it looks like the draw was moderately successful. It looks somewhat open, but Barbary really can't make a play on that guard yet, so she's going to try and put up that guard on the left side again from Ashley. Ashley, off the ice, likes playing pub trivia, gardening, playing board, card, and video games, participating in way too many group texts, and listening to Taylor Swift. If there was only a cool nickname for fans of Taylor Swift. So that is a center guard. It can't be removed or can't be moved off the center line for one more stone. As Kathleen Elsmeyer throws. She notes that her favorite Bonspiel experience was the 2023 Seattle Summer Spiel. She's also been told that she resembles curler Erica Brown, and she is the teammate most likely to be editing pictures on her phone. So that does make contact with the blue center guard, but it keeps it on the center line. So the no-tick rule remains, it's not ticked. So now it looks like Barbary wants Sonia Montero to draw around. It looks like it might be a little tight. Let's see how it travels down the ice. They're serving to hold on to it, but now they're off. And that settles in the pile of guards. It's a quartet of guards. So, looking at the scoreboard, Aces could try to lock down the one they have in the house. They could be aggressive and put another red somewhere in scoring position, which is what they're doing. Looking to draw around those center guards with Alsmeyer second. Looks like they indicated it might be a smidge wide. And now it's really going to dive into that pile. And it does hit the red guard and rolls a little wide. So there is a bit of a rocket Gibraltar being built there in the center of the ice. So it looks like Montero's going to try that draw again. This line looks pretty good. The weight might be an issue. And it does actually over curl, crash into the guard, rolls to the side in front of the house. So the aces is also going to try that draw again. Asking Melissa Wheeler to see if she has it in her back pocket. Melissa, like a lot of this squad was at the Arena National Championship last year. She played third and finished with silver. She also has a lot of other national experience, including finishing fourth as skip in 2022. She threw second and played vice in 2019, finishing with bronze. Aces is calling for the sweep. This is really curling. There's a lot of curl on that side of the sheet. And lots of swing on that side of the ice.
We prepped for 6 games.
Some warm room humor about why the ice might be so swingy. So not having luck on that left side of the sheet, they're going to try and curl on the right side, closer to the center of the ice. And this is also curling up a bunch. And that was from Tristan Bilbray, also in the pile. So if everyone wants to draw to the center, they know how to draw to the center. They just need to be able to draw around a pile in the center into the house. So it sounds like they're going to try again, giving way more broom. Melissa Wheeler's getting resets, which is a sound strategy as part of aligning yourself in the stone towards the target. You want to make sure that your body is square to the target. So Melissa is the teammate most likely to be wearing nail polish that matches her outfit. So this is definitely wider. And now they're saying it might be running straight when you go that far out. Now you can see you can see it start to curl like right about 3 or 4 feet short of where it ended up. So Barbary is being asked to draw. Actually, maybe raise the blue on the wing there, the blue guard from earlier. Might be pretty good, just given how straight it was running, but now it's over curling. So another guard. I kind of want to peek in the back. Looks like every rock is in play except for one blue. So lots of rocks in play, but not too many in the house. So as you can see this scenario, there's lots of rocks in the house. I don't know if you can see any sort of path into the house there. And there's that one lonely blue out of play in the back corner over there.
Red to the corner of the board.
Looks like they're going to draw. Jennifer aces. Gets set in the hat. That's the target there. I think their lines have been okay. It's just the weight hasn't quite been on target. As we see the first coming from aces. Sweeping, I think maybe the whole line, like once it's past those guards, they're fine. The warm room is impressed. The aces is now sitting 2. And Barbary, I think, is looking at maybe trying to hit and roll in towards the center. Could be a slightly tricky shot, just given how swingy this ice has been. Eileen has participated in 4 U.S. Women's Curling Association Women's National Bonspiels, the MoPac 2022 Mixed Playdowns, and the 2023 MoPac Club Playdowns. In this year, her team placed second in the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club's U.S. Women's Curling Association All-American. And this is Barbary's first shot here, looking, I think, to move the red and roll towards the center. It's close. It's going to make contact with the red, but it's going to roll wide. It jams on the red in the back. So now aces is sitting 2, pretty buried. And Barbary has that third stone on the right wing. So aces is sitting 2, and I think they could close the door and just kind of keep that 2, take that 2 to the bank.
What if you threw another card? You can say those words, and we can see it, and we want to hear the laugh. Crowd wants a card. Crowd wants another card.
This is a potentially tricky shot, just based on where they put the broom. They're looking to, I think, prevent the draw through that port on the right side. However, it could set up a raise, or could leave open a raise for Bilbrey to raise that blue towards the button. That is the harder shot. So it's sound strategy from the skip aces to leave the other team the harder shot. As her last rock without hammer is underway here in the 7th. This looks pretty good. They also try and split the difference and sit like in between both the draw path and the raise. So the warm room is cheering the guards because there's 11 guards in play. No, there's 10 guards. There's a biter. So you have 16 rocks in an end, and 10 of those are in front of the house.
Yeah, I think that's the only option. I think that's
So I wonder if they were throwing T-line away and the ice is slowing down. Just to see so many guards in play. So Barbary is looking to do a raise, but on the left side, not the right side. And so you can also see the warm room crowd in the background of the shot. They are small but mighty.
Anybody want 5 red hot bucks on She Makes It?
And this is Barbary's last shot here, looking to raise the blue towards the button for 1. Oh, it's over curling. So that looks to be a steal of 2. And that is going to be handshakes. We are going to call it a night here from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Make the final 9-4. As I'm going to update Bonspieler real quick. So just to recap, our first game wrapped up after 4 ends. Team Feldman shut out Team Mewers 9-0. And then in the sheet B, Team Barbary fought back to tie things up, but then Aces kind of ran away there in the second half of the match, finishing 9-4. So Bonspieler is up to date. And we are going to wrap things up for the night here at the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. We are going to be back bright and early tomorrow at 8:55 Pacific time for our feature game between Team Malia and Team Mewers. I think that's where I saw Malia, by the way. And then we also have 4 draws on tap, all to determine who advances to the Sunday championship games. Draws are again 8:55, 12:25, 4:25, and 7:55. That's all on the MoPac YouTube channel. So as we wrap things up, just another reminder that tonight's broadcast was brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. DoubleTakeout.com is, as I mentioned repeatedly, the go-to site for curling geeks to check out stats and insight from proprietor Ken Pomeroy, who updates the site throughout the competitive curling season to feature information from your favorite curling teams from around the globe. That's all at doubletakeout.com. So once again, a fun day of curling, and we have 2 more days on tap. I hope you'll stay with us on the MoPac YouTube channel, or Bonspieler.com, or our MoPac Facebook page. We'll have information on all those sites. So for now, for all of us here at MoPac, Lake Tahoe Epic Curling, doubletakeout.com, this is your host Ryan Olson saying so long and good curling.